right, Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM. Welcome everyone, and we are here. I hope you're doing great. It is one day to Sports Radio Brilla FM turning 18. It's absolutely wonderful, and we are celebrating, feeling so good. The same way Nigeria is also going to be celebrating turning 60. Sports Radio, yes, giving you undiluted sports for 18 years. We are going to be 18 tomorrow. Yes, and we cannot keep count. We can't keep count. Anyway, we'll give you more. As you know, a lot is going on in the world of sports, but the attention definitely will be switching to basketball, and that is because of what is going to be happening. The NBA Finals, it's a big deal, and usually it takes 5 months or thereabout originally, the NBA season and all of that, but the NBA playoff schedule, it reached the final point right there, and two teams emerge to be in the finals of the NBA. That's LA Lakers and Miami Heat, and of course it's just amazing. It's just amazing because this is more interesting because you've got LeBron James leading the Lakers against a team where he first won his ring, and then there is this gritty Miami team that nobody really expected was going to be able to make it to the finals of the NBA. So we'll get to see what's going to be happening early morning Thursday, because of course the time difference and all of that is going to be played today in the USA, but of course early Thursday morning is when the NBA Finals Game 1 is going to start off. We're going to speak with someone, yes, who is right there in the US, and of course he is a journalist who follows up on quite a lot that is going on and is based right there. Is also connected to the NBA, and of course he will let us in on how things are looking ahead of this games as we preview how the game would go. Yes, I'm talking about the NBA Finals, definitely. Game 1 through to 7. And of course from 7, if things are tied up there, we'll see if another one would come. But anyway, that is how it's going to be. Game 7, if necessary, after Game 6. But we'll get to see how that actually goes. Anyway, you know, all that happened from the Eastern Conference to the Western Conference, and it leads us up until the NBA Finals. The games will be starting. The Game 1 will be starting early morning for Thursday in Nigeria, and of course we'll get to see how that would actually go. Yes, we'll get to see how that would actually go. Yes, we'll get to speak with Ayo Onobolu, who is right there in the United States of America. We'll take a look at this game, and of course it presents a very interesting one on paper. Like, you know, I think a lot of people already feel that LA Lakers have it good because they're the bigger team, they've got the bigger stars and all of that, but there's something about Miami Heat that got them going, even against Boston Celtic when they slugged up against them in the conference. It's the zone. They have a zone that is so defensive that is really making them so strong. So we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at that right here on Sports Radio Brilla FM. We'll get to speak with Ayo Onobolu, and we'll take a look at how things could play out, how things could actually play out right there in the NBA Finals. You can be part of the show. We're live on Facebook. We're also live right there on Twitter and the social media platforms. You can join in on the conversation so that we can get to hear from you concerning this. All right, so we'll take a look at that. We'll start off with the NBA because that is exactly where we're starting off from. So yes, we have him connected now. Ayo Onobolu, all the way from the United States. How are you doing, Ayo? Welcome to Sports Radio Brilla FM.
Thank you very much for having me, Oge. I am good. The cold is gradually setting in, so everyone has to keep warm.
Wow. I can imagine that. And it's quite unusual NBA final given the Miami Heat got here. When the NBA started, I'm sure a lot of people never thought they would get here, but it's quite interesting. LeBron James leading LA Lakers up against a team where he first won his ring. What should the fans of the NBA expect?
Absolute firecrackers when the finals begin later on today. You know, it's crazy because, like you rightly said,
Okay. All right. We'll connect with him in just a bit again, and of course get to find out how they're preparing and what the fans are expecting from this game. Of course, it is a firecracker, like he already said. This is something that a lot of people are looking forward to. LA Lakers are looking very lethal, absolutely lethal, and I mean that because of the kind of players that they've got. Davis is hot, 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 and of course, LeBron James is always the regular guy. So we'll get to hear about that in just a bit. We'll get to hear more from Ayo, and of course what to expect for the NBA final. Yes, Ayo, back on the line. Go ahead.
Like you rightly said, nobody really gave the Miami Heat any chance. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I said nobody. Right, I said nobody gave the Miami Heat any chance to make the NBA Finals. Of course, the Lakers were always in the mix of the teams who could make some noise and win it all at the end of the day. But you can praise the structure of the Miami Heat, especially their wing structure. I've always said this. They probably have the best collection of wing players in the league today. You look at guys like Jimmy Butler, guys like Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, the Vampire, Andre Iguodala, Jane Crowder, and so on and so forth. These guys have everything you want in a team. They can create offense by themselves. They can defend so well. They can shoot the basketball so well. And this is why you can't look at one player and say, this is the guy around whom the team is built. And of course, I almost forgot to mention the guy in the middle, Bam Adebayo. Anybody can show up at any given time and wreak havoc on the other team, and that is how they've been able to enjoy as much success as they have. I mean, in contrast to the Los Angeles Lakers, you know that if the Lakers are going to win a basketball game, LeBron James or Anthony Davis or both of them will have to contribute and have a big game. It's not the same for the Miami Heat. So it's a tale of contrasting structures, a tale of contrasting styles, a tale of contrasting stars, okay, and all these things make the finals all the more exciting and hugely anticipated, because really we can't say exactly what to expect, how the teams will come out, how the teams will battle, but one thing I know for sure, it's going to be very, very feisty on the floor. It's going to be total action, and I really cannot wait.
Yes, it's a final like no other. And you made mention of the wings, and their zone defense is quite tight, something that really they thrived on when they took on Boston Celtics. But how will the Lakers be able to attack this zone defense that the Miami Heat are known for?
I mean, thankfully for the Lakers, they have perhaps the best basketball player we have seen in the NBA in the last 20 years. In the person of LeBron James. It's not the first time he's come up against zone defenses and has been successful, by the way. He knows exactly what to do with it. Also, the fact that this is where the other guys, now when I say the other guys, I mean every other person not named LeBron James or Anthony Davis has to really step up, because one thing we know for sure about the zone defense is these guys will actually have a lot of the ball more than they probably would have thought they would have.
That's the same way they stifled Boston with that.
Yeah, exactly, because now you know that LeBron James is going to see a lot of double teams, right? Anthony Davis is going to see a lot of double teams. Spaces will be guarded rather than, man, and so the ball has to definitely move a lot, and if the ball is moving a lot, shooters must be ready to shoot the basketball. So Kyle Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, these guys must be ready, and that includes the Morris twin. These guys must be ready to shoot the basketball once they have it. They've not done a decent job in shooting the basketball. Who would have thought that Rajon Rondo is the third guy after LeBron and AD who has been making things happen so far, especially in the last few games of the playoffs.
All right, so you talked about Davis. I'm going to take a look at his mid-range shooting, because that is something that is absolutely off the wall. I mean, he's taking more mid-range shots per game during the postseason than any player that really did. He's been really great at that. Is he going to be the real danger man for this series, for this finals?
To be honest, I wouldn't argue with that statement. I think Anthony Davis is the man who will be the real threat. Why? Like I said before, LeBron is going to be the focus of the attention defensively for the Miami Heat. Guys like Joe Crowder, Jimmy Butler, Andre Iguodala, they will take turns frustrating LeBron. Make no mistake, no one player can actually stop LeBron James from being LeBron James, but they can slow him down. And this is why Anthony Davis is going to be the beast in the middle. It's going to take more than Bam Adebayo to stop Anthony Davis. And you mentioned the mid-range of Anthony Davis. That is one weapon, no longer a secret weapon that he has employed. I mean, prior to this season, Anthony Davis was the guy who would take the ball in the post, back his matchup down, and try to finish off around the rim. But right now, he knows that he's going to draw a lot of and so he actually finishes the play at 15, between 10 and 15 feet away from the rim in the mid-range area. And he's done a phenomenal job doing that. He's a threat from that inside position, and that's going to cause a lot of troubles for people. Usually they'll tell you in basketball today, it's either you get a layup or you get a three-pointer, that the mid-range shot is gone out of fashion. But you look at the last NBA Finals that was won by the Toronto Raptors, Kawhi Leonard did all of his damage from the mid-range. And it looks like right now, any team that is going to win the NBA title has to have a very good mid-range game. And so having Anthony Davis with his mid-range game is more than a welcome advantage for the Lakers.
All right, so like you said, they can't stop LeBron James. All you can do is just slow him down. So a side like Miami Heat, of course, traditional defense, what they could do is just pick how they are going to be able to play that, slow him down. Maybe he's able to score about 30, make 30 scores against a traditional defense. Maybe slow him down to 20 or 25, and perhaps the threat of Davis around the free throw line and all of that. But how would you say the Lakers should start? I know that you already have you've got like 6 to 7 games that will be played in the finals. Who should the Lakers start against their opponent Miami Heat for game one? Now I know some teams like to start small, but this is the finals. It's the biggest of the big. So let's hear from you.
I think the Lakers will start the way they've always started. They start in that's why.
James Davis, Caldwell Pope, Green.
The start doesn't really mean anything to me. I mean, it's going to be Davis. Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be the same, and JaVale McGee at the center. It's going to be the same starting five. But of course, from 4-5 minutes into the game, you start to see those changes. Obviously, JaVale McGee would not play more than 15 minutes in the entire. Would not average more than 15 minutes in the entire finals. As the game develops, you see the changes the Miami Heat make. You see how they set out to play. Then Coach Frank Vogel has to react to the way they play, and then you see that at some point they will go small with Anthony Davis playing at the center position, or depending on what Miami throws at them. So the start is not really going to be a factor, but you see what happens from 4 minutes into the game, that will be the big deal. That will change everything.
All right. So, what do you think? You think if Morris, the defense, if the defense actually becomes a little easier, just to try to see to align with Morris on the floor, if Lakers actually play a center, you think that center has to guard Bam Adebayo?
Oh, I mean, certainly. Bam Adebayo is the biggest starter for the Miami Heat. So JaVale McGee, who is going to start at center, his first assignment will definitely be Bam. But I mean, that is very theoretical anyway, because when the game starts, switches always happen on the floor. Screens are set to try and create, a matchup mismatches all over the floor. And that is how the best teams in the history of the game have exploited their opposition. They create mismatches on the floor, try to bring a situation where a big man is guarding a little man, and the little man is able to blow right past the big man, collapse the defense, kick the ball out to a shooter waiting on the corner or on the arc, or you put a big man on a small man, and the big man just gets the ball in the post, absolutely destroys the little man like barbecue chicken, and gets the ball easily to the rack. And that's how it's going to be. So those mismatches will be the things the players are looking for, the coaches rather will be looking to exploit on the floor. But one thing is certain, no matter how much they do the mismatches, LeBron James at some point will come up against Jimmy Butler, will come up against Andre Iguodala, will come up against Jay Crowder. Reactions to these switches would also set apart a good team from a great team. That's why I said these finals will be totally unpredictable.
Absolutely.
These finals can easily go 7 games, and times like this, I really am grateful I'm alive to witness this kind of things. Really.
Yeah, it's a very peculiar final. And you talked about switches earlier. Iguodala definitely gave the hits during the series a whole lot of flexibility to switch, just so as to add some spice into the defensive zone that they created, the extra slice of ball handling basically to the offense. Who do you think should play backup center, for the Heats, Miami Heats? Who should play backup center?
I mean, it's a no-brainer. Kelly Olynyk is the man who will play backup center, and he has one peculiar skill, and that's his ability to stretch the floor with his three-point shooting. That is his work. On defense, maybe not the best. That is why he would not get too many minutes. But of course, when the Miami Heat gain some form of ascendancy on offense, you will not be surprised that Coach Eric Spoelstra will throw Olynyk onto the floor, try to spread the floor, create space, knock down a few threes, and where defense reacts to that. Guys making cuts all the way to the basket. You want to find those guys with the ball. That is how it's going to be. But in this series, make no mistake, Bam at close to 40 minutes per game in this series. He is the man in the middle, because as small as he looks, he's only 6 inches tall, to a seriously undersized center, but he has the athleticism with which to bang bodies with the best of them down low. And for these finals, I mean, all the other guys they have will probably experience a few minutes here and there, but Bam will have to play out of his mind, play like his life depends on it for them to have a chance.
All right, so let's take a look at pace and who you think is going to really control this. Lakers sometimes they just they rely on transition from depending on how slow the teams are. But who would control the pace in game 1?
Okay, that's a very interesting question, because it's the finals, right? Teams usually play a lot slower.
Yeah.
They try to make every second of the 24-second shot clock to try to find the best available shot, right? At times it involves giving up a good shot to get a great shot. But here's the thing: Miami on defense, that team is a pit bull when it comes to defending, which is why they will create a lot of fast break opportunities. And the interesting thing, though, is that the Miami Heat and the Lakers are very similar
yes.
with their defensive teams. Right. So I expect that at some point there will be a lot of fast break opportunities for both teams, depending on who has the upper hand with their defensive intensity. So answering the question about pace, it might just be a very balanced thing. I don't expect that in transition there will be anything quick. They'll be looking for the best opportunities, but then for the Lakers, LeBron James will have most of the ball, and so I expect that for the most part the shot clock should be around the 8-second mark, 7-second mark before either team gets a shot up in the air, because we're talking about pretty much the 2 best defenses in the league today.
Okay. All right. Finally, before I let you go, we know there's something a lot of fans have noticed about Miami Heat this season. Through the first 3 quarters of their playoff games, for example, the Heats outscored their opponents by a total of 7 points. In the 4th quarter, though, they're probably an astonishing plus 68, and that is like the 8th best figure by any team this century. They have a round, the Heat still have a round to improve upon it, but of course it remains to be seen if they will improve upon it. Do you think Miami Heat's 4th quarter dominance is something they can sustain in this finals?
I mean, that is a possibility, but then
it is the finals.
It is the NBA finals. Right?
Exactly.
You're playing against Lakers who have the ability to close out teams in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
There was a recurring theme in the series against the Denver Nuggets, right? The Lakers would build a healthy lead, the Nuggets would close it all down in the 3rd quarter, in the fourth quarter. We closed the lead down to about 2 or 3 points. And then right around 3 minutes to the end, boom, the Lakers just kick into gear number 7. And you'll be wondering, will they keep this all game long? And that exactly is what they did in the series against the Nuggets. And I feel like with LeBron and AD on the floor, if you allow them build a sizable lead going into the fourth quarter, I mean, it's pretty much all over. It's all over. So I feel like if the Miami are going to try to have a chance, that 7-point lead you mentioned after 3 quarters, I feel like that is what they should aim. They can't wait for the fourth quarter to make anything happen against the Lakers. And
they can't leave it late.
You can't leave it late.
All right.
You will be finals. The margin of error is at an all-time low for games played in the final. You snooze, you lose. That's how it is.
Yes, that's how it is. Yeah, it's the biggest stage. All right, thank you so much, Ayo Onabolu. It's nice to speak with you. We hope to speak with you tomorrow to check out how Game 1 went and every other game all through, so as to always check out how things are going for this finals.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
Let's do it. All right, Ayo, thank you so much, and enjoy your day.
You too.
All right. Yes, and just taking a look at the NBA Final Game 1, that was Ayon Bolu just telling us what to expect. You know, basically the predictions, how both teams would play, the plus of both teams, the weaknesses, the strength of both teams, how they exploit it for Game 1 all the way to Game 6 and Game 7 if necessary. We'll take some calls, 07000000889. Again, that's 07000000889. Starting off the show, Lunch Sports Show with NBA, because that is where the focus is now. Yes, with all that is going on, I know there are qualifiers in the Champions League and all of that, but this is a big one, the NBA Finals this year, and of course the matchup is quite interesting. Like I told you, LeBron James led LA Lakers are going to be up against the team where he won his first ring, where he actually won, he first won his ring, I meant to say. So it's going to be very interesting, and so we want to get to hear from you. Who's your money on? Is your money on Miami Heat, or is your money on LA Lakers? 07000000889. Again, that's 07000000889. It's all about the NBA. Game 1 is starting off early tomorrow morning. All right, it's starting off today in America, but early hours of tomorrow in Nigeria. All right, so let's get some calls. 07000000889. Again, that's 07000000889. We'll take some reactions from you, and I'll also give you some transfer info in just a bit. Of course, you already know that a Nigerian, talking about William Troost Ekong joined Watford, and he's been saying quite a lot about his move. Yes, he says that his former international Judy Hallow actually played a crucial role in his decision to link up with Watford. And of course, he moved to Watford just yesterday from the Serie A club Udinese, and he penned a 5-year contract, yes, with Watford for an undisclosed amount. The 27-year-old, of course, went ahead to join Isaac Success and Tom Dele-Bashiru right there, and has been handed a jersey number 5. Yes, he saying that Judy Hallow played a huge role in him making that decision to go to England. And Igalo, of course, is a cult figure right there at Watford. Hello. Yes, call us back. And of course, you know that he spent about 4 years at the club following his move from La Liga Granada in 2014. So he played a huge role in making that deal happen, and he convinced William Troost Ekong. Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, how you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Are you trying to make predictions for the Miami Lakers game today?
Well, you can let us know. Let's hear who's your money on. We just finished speaking with Ayo, and he told us what to expect in the finals from Game 1.
My money is on Lakers, 100%.
100%.
I definitely have a hell of a game today, but my money is on Lakers, 100%. They have the experience. They have the players that can get the job done in 5. Honestly, I think they would. The run of the game.
The run of the game in Game 5. Whew!
In Game 5.
What a prediction. No, Game 6 not necessary. All right, it's all good. Thank you. saying LA Lakers have got this one, and it's a mismatch. But I really don't think it is a mismatch, even though people really, like I started off saying, people never expected the Miami Heat to be able to get to the NBA Finals. I mean, when they got to the conference and got to the playoffs, people were like, oh wow, they could really get here. They really did their very best, stifled Boston Celtics to make it here to the finals. But anyway, let's go for this call. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, welcome. Let's hear you. What is your name?
My name is Vincent from Kurodu.
All right, your location not needed, but go ahead. Go ahead, please. We're talking about the NBA Finals.
All the way, Lakers, all the way.
Your money is on Lakers.
Yeah, Lakers, all the way.
Okay, all right. So good. Thank you so much. You said Lakers, they've got this one. His money is on the Lakers to win. Yes, we'll take some more calls. 07000000889. Again, that's 07000000889. Hello? Hello, next caller. All right, call us right back, please. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Sport Amazing.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. I don't want to talk about basketball.
Well, that's what we're talking about right now, my brother.
He's just talking from the Italian League to championship.
Yes, because I talked about Trusecco.
I don't know. Is it a step up or a step down? Leaving Syria coming to championship.
My brother, we'll come back and talk about that. What we are talking about right now, as I'm opening up the phone lines, is about NBA Finals, okay? So we will talk about that one much later. But my talking point right now is about the NBA Finals. Lakers, game one, of course. How do you think this will go? Who would actually own game one? Will it be Miami Heat, or do you think it will be LA Lakers? Yes, let us know. Drop your comments there and we'll get to hear from you. I'll give you some transfer info before I carry on to other things, but right now it is only the NBA Finals we are talking about. Hello?
Yes. Okay, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
God bless down to you. God bless you, okay.
Amen.
Yeah, this is Oluwasegun Badmus calling from my papa.
Oh, okay, location not needed, my brother.
Thank you, Jerry, my sister. I'm very sorry for that.
It's no problem.
See, 200%. My money is on Lakers. And I've already entered into the fasting and prayer on LeBron James. Yes,
fasting and prayer,
okay.
My brother.
I'm telling you, okay, it's up to that. I'm telling you, I love LeBron James too much. I love him so much. So I want the Lakers to win. God bless you.
All right, God bless you. So we'll be talking about the NBA Finals all through. We'll be speaking with Ayo Bidakwa, and of course we'll be reviewing and previewing the games as they go. First, game one is tonight in America, but early morning Nigerian time. So by tomorrow, we'll also preview how game one went and also what to expect from game two and all of that. Let's go for this call. Hello. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What is your name, please? All right, call us right back. Anyway, let's give you some boxing news before we carry on to take a break. And, of course, we'll give you some music right here on your Champions Dial. Anthony Joshua has taken aim at Tyson Fury. It's almost not a surprise because we know they're always at each other's throat. And, of course, he has taken an aim at Tyson Fury by insisting that the Gypsy King has not progressed as quickly as he has up the professional ladder with the two world title holders set to battle, of course, next year. Joshua and Fury, they have a 2-fight financial agreement in place for next year, provided that they can overcome bouts before that. With Joshua, of course, who is set for his own bout also. And, of course, all of these bouts would be happening so as to make way for 2021. Joshua, of course, is set to face his mandatory challenger, Kubrat Pulev, before the year is out. And Fury himself, he needs to beat Deontay Wilder in a trilogy fight. So Fury is 32 years old right now, 14 months older than AJ, but of course will appear on a collision course to decide the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Joshua decided to put both of their careers in perspective and said that he has not his opponent Tyson Fury has not progressed quickly. Anyway, we'll take a break, and once we get back, we'll talk some more right here on your Champions Dial. We'll talk some football, as we have already given you something out of football. Yes, boxing and, of course, basketball. Stay tuned. on our Facebook fan page because of course a lot of comments are here, so let me just quickly go straight up to it. And this is Shegun Adebayo says, I wonder why Brilla FM is not Sports FM. We are Sports Radio Brilla FM, in case you didn't know, just letting you know. Anyway, so let's go for Zeph. Zeph says, well, okay, thank you for the compliments. And Nike Chukwufumba says, okay, for the NBA Finals, go LA Lakers. They can do it. They can do it for late Kobe Bryant in this NBA Finals. And of course, here is another one. It's coming in from Peter Maye. It says LA Lakers will lose that match. Most of their players can defend properly. LeBron is very, very good, but just don't feel that they are going to be able to win this after some assessment. Really? I'm surprised. Anyway, let's go give you some transfer information. Gary Neville has actually voiced his frustration at Manchester United over a lack of transfer. Is not happy that they are not buying players. And of course, he has told them to urgently sign 3 players urgently, as a matter of urgency. They need to sign 3 players. Of course, you know, United, they have been amongst the lowest spenders really in the Premier League, and the fans are not happy about that. Neither are the ex-internationals, the ex-Manchester United players, I meant to say. They're also not happy about that. Gary Neville too is saying something about that something urgent needs to be done. They need to buy 3 players urgently. Of course, this summer, Danny van der Beek cost them £35 million. He made that move to Old Trafford from Ajax. The only piece of business really that Manchester United have actually done, they've been able to complete up until today. The whole news, the whole rumors about Jadon Sancho has been going on, is muted by Red Devils' primary transfer target. So it is said that they cannot afford him. It's too expensive, and that's £108 million. Yes, the wing, the German outfit, talking about Borussia Dortmund, they actually are thought to be holding out for £108 million. Anyway, let's move on from there and go elsewhere. PSG have set their sights right now. They really, really want Diego Costa. The 31-year-old could be available on a free transfer, of course, after admitting that he would be open to a move away from Wanda Metropolitano. And of course, PSG are now weighing up a swoop for Costa, but will first have to sell one of their current first-team stars to free up funds for the deal. What do you make of this? Should PSG explore this? Because to be able to buy Costa, because he's going to be available on the free transfer very soon. So to be able to get this done, they would need to free up some funds. You know, sell a current first team player to be able to fund this deal. Is it worth the venture? All right, is it worth the venture? Diego Costa, PSG are interested. They have set their sight on Atletico Madrid's Diego Costa, but of course they need to swoop in, and to swoop in, it means they must sell one of their current first team stars to get the money to get Diego Costa. Should they explore this? Is this a good venture to explore? Let us know. 07000000889. And of course, let's quickly also let you in on more transfers. Villarreal are looking to see what they can do to seal a deal for Tottenham defender Joan Fort. And the Spanish Giants actually want to sign a 22-year-old on loan until the end of the season, and they're very, very open to including a buyout option in the final agreement. All right, so let's take some calls. 07000000889. And of course, let's also let you know that Bayern are weighing up a move for Atletico Madrid winger Thomas Lemar. Yes, they are considering a move for Thomas Lemar. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, how do you do?
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Fine, this is Phil.
Okay, let's go. Go ahead.
For the Costa deal, man,
Yeah.
that is no good. I don't support that. It's not a good one. For them to sell a first team player to get Diego Costa.
Doesn't make sense.
No, does not make sense at all. But you did not read my comment complete. I said you're beautiful. You not read it.
Thank you. I did say thank you. All right. Thank you so
Okay, no
much.
problem.
All right. So let's quickly move for another one. And of course, I told you about Lemar is linked to Bayern Munich right now. The last caller was saying it will not be a good venture for PSG trying to sell a first team player to get the money to get Diego Costa. It will not make sense. It will not be good for PSG. Let's go for this call. Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
All right. What's your name?
Emmanuel,
All right, Emmanuel. Let's go.
I think we could Costa.
Uh-oh, sorry about that. We lost your call. Let's get some more. 07 000 889. How far?
Hello.
Hello? What is your name?
My name is Juan.
All right, we have a topic on ground, sir.
Yeah, I just want to know.
That's why I said we have a topic on ground. We're talking about Diego Costa. Anyway, moving on. I was talking about Lamar, and according to latest information, should the transfer go through for Thomas Lamar for Bayern Munich, he would join on a season-long loan deal as he looks to resurrect his career following his very disappointing spell, of course, at Atletico Madrid. So, what do you make of this links also? Bayern Munich, they're weighing up their options. They're looking to see if they can get the Atletico Madrid winger Thomas Lamar. But anyway, let's also give you some more information right here, and of course let's get some more calls. Juventus forward, of course, Douglas Costa, he has refused a transfer to Wolverhampton Wanderers, according to the latest report out of Spain. The Serie A champions are aiming to actually finance a move for the Fiorentina winger. They are interested in getting Federico Chiesa, and but of course, to get that, they need to free up the funds by selling some players. So they are looking to get Douglas Costa sold to Wolverhampton Wanderers, to transfer him to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So if they get that money, they'll be able to handle that. But they need to get Costa off their book first, and are actively offering him to clubs around Europe. They offering him to clubs. Who want Bayo? Who want Tamu? Konkariamu? So that's the situation right there. But this guy has turned down Wolverhampton Wanderers. And of course, yes, with the whole problem with Arsenal fans are already waiting and itching and really desperate to see that a new player is joining their side. Mikel Arteta is ready to give the Frenchman, talking about Ower, is ready to give him the keys to the side's engine room. Of course, they've been linked to this Leon midfielder, Hosem Ower. His contract is up in the next 3 years, 2023. It looks set to be granted the exit that he craves, with Arsenal, of course, still looking the likeliest destination, but money is the problem, because they're not offering, they are making timid offers. But of course, if they put that up, it is said that out there in the Emirates, Mikel Arteta is already saying if they can get Hosem Aouar, is going to hand them the key to the engine room. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Ketu.
Yes, welcome.
You are in doubt. My name is Jojo.
Let's go. All right, do it.
That is the new compliment now. So let me tell you.
All right.
Well, it's a very big slap on a player like Diego Costa.
It's a big slap.
It's a very big slap. For a player like Diego Costa, just want to raise funds, so Costa should not go to a team like Wolverhampton Wanderers.
That's Douglas Costa.
Douglas Costa, yeah, he never poor like that. No, you can see give 4-5 more seasons in main Europe, in first class elite team around Europe. So why should we go to Wolverhampton Wanderers? This is like Man U, Arsenal, the least touch chance is even looking in the direction of that. You can still consider it. Why can't they do for other junior players in the team? We just look for like 3 or 4 players like that.
Okay.
That can make up that fund.
All right.
So I do support that.
Okay. And how about Diego Costa to PSG? Okay, we lost the call. Let's go for Peter Meyer. He says, okay, for PSG, why would you sell your major star? He says, why would you sell your major star? And if they really have to sell their major star, then it has to be Mbappe, Di Maria, or Neymar, or even Marquinhos, or Marco Verratti. And I don't think that Diego Costa, who is an unnecessary angry beast with that age, is worth being brought in to a club like PSG, so as to let go of any of those stars. All right, hello. Welcome. What's your name?
Michael is my name.
All right, Michael, let's hear you.
Yes, madam. What's the topic?
We're talking about Diego Costa. PSG are looking to sell one of their first team stars so that they can bring in Diego Costa. Will that be a good venture at all? What do you make of that?
I'm again with the question. I beg your pardon.
PSG, they want to go and get Costa from Atletico Madrid. But to do that, they must sell one player that they have. Does it make sense? Should they still go?
Okay. If they should go for the Costa, okay. I don't think they really need the Costa in their team as it is now because their formula is okay. Their what is it called? The midfield is okay. So I don't think selling one of their players to get the Costa will do them any good.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, we'll take one last call and then we'll wrap up the show. 0700000